Hi guys, I'm Shiprotham and welcome back to this channel. In this particular video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what is the meaning of grounding and how you can apply certain techniques to better ground yourself. So I'm going to briefly explain to you guys about what is grounding, okay, first of all, and why is it important. What does it mean to be grounded? What is the ground? The ground is something that supports you. The ground is something that carries the weight of your body and carries the weight of pretty much anything that's on it. So the ground is also the root. The ground is also associated to the element earth. The element earth is the primary element that is rooted to your spinal column. Your spinal column has this whole sacrococcygeal region, and the bottommost part is called the root chakra. So the root chakra is represented by the element earth. Earth and to be grounded literally mean the same. If you study the root chakra, it's got four. It's basically in the form of a square. Okay. The square is something that represents stability. The number 4 example has to do with stability. To be grounded means very simply to be stable, okay, and to be balanced. The root chakra, for example, has got a lot to do with being grounded. When all of your energies are compressed and well boundaried, okay, or when it's all in within a boundary and when there is no leak of energy, when there is no leaking of energy, pardon the English, what happens is that that energy is better utilized. What do I mean by better utilized? Okay, a lot of times when you guys are doing a particular activity, okay, it could be anything. What happens is that sometimes you tend to get distracted, right? Or you're not able to focus on that activity as much as you'd want to complete it with more efficiency. Sometimes being grounded also means to think in a very stable way. So what does it mean to think in an unstable way? Have you come across certain people talking about all kinds of fantastical things that's nothing more than just a product of their imagination? There is no rooting to reality. The root chakra is not balanced. So basically, these people are all up in the air. Okay, fantastic ideas, but not at all grounded. Okay, what does it mean to be grounded when we're talking about things like spirituality? So, when it comes to spirituality, there are all kinds of fantastical claims made by people, and that actually includes manifestations and siddhis or psychic abilities. You have to be so grounded over here and balanced, okay? Psychic abilities and manifestation is a branch of yoga and spirituality. The New Age movement has sort of like given it this connotation by which it implies certain abilities of the human potential to be able to realize your goals and desires. And because you don't know the techniques, you can learn it from these people and somehow become successful materially, foremost materially. Now be very grounded and balanced over here. I'm not denying that there could be a hint or a possibility of truth in what is being said when it comes to manifestation and being grounded or siddhis. What I want you guys to think clearly about is everybody wants to become a millionaire. Everybody wants to believe. Try to hear me out when I say wants to believe, wants to be a millionaire, wants to feel happy, want. To be grounded means to be filled to such an extent where you are without want. When your root chakra has leakages of energy, when this root chakra, which is represented by this square, has leaks and gaps, okay? When it's not at all developed, you are said to be ungrounded or imbalanced. The whole of your pelvic region has this shape which sort of like contains, it gives an idea of containment, okay? And this is true when it comes to the containment of psychic energy. When I say psychic energy, I don't particularly mean sort of like fantastic psychic future seeing abilities. I mean that part of human consciousness that is connected to the internal reality, okay, to the psyche. When your root chakra is properly firmed up and properly bound together, the energy does not leak. So your ability to ponder over a subject gets enhanced. Why is this important? Because before you start to believe in aliens and all kinds of conspiracies and things that certainly would drive a person towards that path of near madness and insanity, before all of these happen, your mind, if it's firmly bound, learns to organize certain thoughts based on reality so as to come to a conclusion that allows your mind and intelligence to realize whether something that is said is true or not, or maybe uncertain, but to never believe in something that is absolutely not true. There's a term in yoga which is called avidya or ignorance. So in Sanskrit don't means not, okay? It denotes the particle not. Steer, don't steal. Steer means to steal, means don't. Vidya means science. Vidya means that which is not scientific, which is ignorance. The whole point of grounding yourself is to remain as much as possible within the realms of reality and truth. Okay? When you find a person going like, well, 2 plus 2 is not really equal to 4, could it be 5 as well? Could there be a conspiracy that 2 plus 2 actually equals 5, but they have lied to us saying it's 4? That there could be an intrinsic fault in the logic of the equation that is addition. Now, when you listen to such a person, you know that the person is not grounded in reality, okay? And this is just a very crude example that I'm giving to you guys. But how many times in life, the news, the people that you meet, you're uncertain about their intentions or what's really going on? When it comes to you, for example, when you're indecisive, when you're not able to get past a certain job, or just you as a person, your nerves, they're just not firmly bound together, they're loose, and therefore making you fragile and vulnerable to any kind of impulse that comes from the external world, okay, and that shakes you with the slightest effort. That is weakness. That is being ungrounded. That is being imbalanced. Because not being grounded, the root chakra, the last part of your spinal column, all these things are also correlated to how the topmost part of your spinal column, which is the cranial box, which contains your brain, functions. Okay, they're both connected. You can't disconnect this, the thinking principle, as well. So that's enough of theory when it comes to being grounded. In simple terms, being grounded means to have both of your feet placed firmly on the ground and not to fly away with fantastical ideas that have nothing to do with reality except maybe a hint of progressivity of thought and imagination. For example, we could go to Mars for sure, but it has to be done systematically and it has to be structured. The manner in which you would get to outer space and into Mars, okay? You can't just think about this fantastical plan of going to the moon and Mars and just floating that idea without any real practical implication. When there is a practical implication, that means to be grounded in reality. To be grounded is a vast subject. I can talk about it continuously, okay? But I'm not going to. I'm going to give you guys some practical examples and ways in which you can actually apply certain exercises to ground your nerves or get them to be more firmly bound together. And this will make you less nervous, less anxious, and less prone to various kinds of fantastical thoughts and imagination. You know, a lot of artists, a lot of eccentric people are really not grounded. A lot of psychic mediums are also said to not be grounded. When you consume drugs or when you go without food for many days, you start to hallucinate. The ground, which is connected to the earth, which is connected to what comes from the earth, which is food and nutrition, and how it nourishes the body. Your root chakra is what nourishes your physical body over here. So when we're talking about the root chakra and when we're talking about grounding, we're talking about nourishing first and foremost this physical form, okay? And one way you can do that is by exercising every single day. When you exercise, blood and oxygen is made to go to every part of your body and nourish it. When your body is weak, your nerves consequently suffer. When you have a disease, your nerves consequently get affected, and once your nerves are affected, the brain starts to weaken, okay? And the brain controls your respiration, your heartbeat, and all the vital functioning of your body, okay? So, you have to start grounding yourself by first nourishing your body, by not fasting a lot in the name of detoxification, by not going completely vegetarian to the point that you're not nourishing your body and denying it of vital nutrients, okay? You can supplement yourself with vitamin B12 if you're a vegetarian, for example. The other thing that you should do if you want to ground yourself better, a very fundamental yogic practice, which I actually showed in a video. You can actually check out the 7-step vortex program, where I have actually created a series of breathing techniques that targets each and every chakra. So I created a breathing technique that targets the first chakra, the root chakra, and through this breathing technique you optimize its functioning and you become more grounded. But apart from that, you stand on the ground in what's called the mountain posture, very simply with both of your feet together, absolutely straight, okay? I actually demonstrated this in one of my earlier videos, which has been deleted, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, but I'm here to explain it to you again. You stand with both of your feet firmly on the ground, okay? Joined together, absolutely aligned. It shouldn't be like this, it should not be like this, it shouldn't be like this, it shouldn't be like this. It should be absolutely aligned, okay? Press firmly both of your feet on the ground and try to feel yourself standing firmly with this sense of heaviness and rootedness to the ground. And close your eyes and try your best to prevent any kind of swaying motion, any kind of motion that gets you to tilt only onto one side or back and forth. Try to bring yourself to the center and remain over here, right in the center. This is one of the best ways to ground yourself, okay? Why? Your brain is contained in your cranial box. Between your brain and your cranial box is the cranial fluid. Your brain floats in this cranial fluid. When your head is tilted, your brain also tilts, okay? Inside this cranial fluid. When astronauts go out into space, they sometimes experience a kind of disorientation, and so do fighter pilots, okay, because of the G-forces. It's because, and even those who suffer from vertigo, it's because this fluid and the way the brain is that it's normally meant to stay floating in a state of equilibrium without any tilt. The moment there is a tilt, I can assure you that you will first feel physical imbalance, and within a matter of months, because of bad posture, you're going to start feeling dull. You find that you've lost your ability to think better or to stay alert. You feel like your thoughts are really, you're not able to really think fast and quickly enough. You feel this inertia in you, and that's because of the way your spine is, okay? And that's because of the way your brain is resting in this cranial fluid and with respect to the earth. You have to stand in such a way that your brain floats in an equilibrium, okay? As simple as that. But try it. It's not really as simple. I'm not going to discourage you guys, but hey, if you want a really effective grounding technique, I couldn't suggest anything better than this. And apart from nourishing your body and standing in this way, taking care of your posture, always standing straight, to be grounded also means to be able to use the faculty of reasoning to its best potential. Okay, we cannot know everything that's happening in the universe, but we can sharpen the instrument, which in this case is the instrument of reasoning, okay? How do you sharpen the instrument of reasoning? It's very elementary, it's very fundamental. You simply exercise reasoning to whatever you do. And you just don't blindly believe in anything that you hear, Reasoning is your ability to weigh two facts and come to a conclusion of which fact weighs more than the other. What truth between the two of these quantities is more and what is less? In which one of these two quantities is there less truth and more truth? Okay? The earth is flat. How do you ascertain if the earth is round? There are the flat earthers. Okay, to me, the earth is round. It's as clear as daylight. Why is that? That's because when I stand at the edge of the shore of a beach, I see the curvature of the earth. I can clearly see it. Okay? When I stand on the top of a skyscraper, I see that again, the curvature of the earth. And secondly, when I go on an airplane, I see the curvature of the earth. And I believe that most of the pictures given to us by NASA and by the other space agencies are quite true. And the very fact that I've studied physics in school, and based on the math behind it, I'm pretty confident that the earth is round. This is to apply reasoning, and this is to be grounded. That means to remain within reality and not to fly away into this world of delusion. Okay? Until you meet an alien, don't assume completely that there are aliens and base everything that's happening on this planet to some conspiracy that aliens are taking control of planet Earth. First, get the evidence and then confirm the basis of this evidence and then say yes. That truth is grounded firmly in reality. Now, the other thing that you can do to develop your sense of being grounded or balanced is to lie down in the corpse posture, which is Shavasana, okay? It's called the corpse pose. It's basically you lying down on the ground on your back, okay? Make sure your body is again aligned, always aligned, and simply let go of your body and let it feel the earth. Let the sensation feel like you're sinking into the earth. This is another very good way of feeling grounded. Now, remember, I told you about being grounded is also about being connected to the root chakra, is also about the nerves being firmly bound together. Now, the root chakra, as I mentioned earlier, is about nutrition. Okay, it's about your ability to take in and contain, okay, and to conserve. So, practicing yogic mudras and bandhas is another fantastic way to ground yourself, to preserve and firmly bound these energies of consciousness, okay, and of thoughts, so that you don't go flying in all directions, okay, into all kinds of fantastical beliefs. When your nerves are firmly bound, you're basically, even when you walk, you find that you're walking with a sense of great stability. You're less likely to trip and fall, okay? Being grounded has got a lot to do with legs. So a lot of leg exercises will ground you better, okay? So practicing squats, for example, okay, is not just good for your booty, okay? It's also good for the region where is encompassed, or where is located the root chakra, okay? The root chakra is located right inside that pelvic region of your spine, your body. So if you work that part of your body, okay, by performing squats and by performing lunges, you will slowly start to feel that you feel a lot more secure, okay? Being grounded and being balanced and activating the root chakra is all about security, okay? It's like the pyramid of, uh, I'm forgetting the name of the German scientist who came up with that very important pyramid, Mendeleev, I'm not sure, but that's not important. I really, pardon me if I don't get the name correct. But in this pyramid, the person explains, the very esteemed gentleman explains, as I learned in psychology, I can't believe I've forgotten the name of the person, you know, but Mendeleev, but whatever, that a human being has certain wants, okay, and at the most basic level, the need is for security, is for nutrition, is for food, is for shelter, okay. By feeling secure, okay, by developing that part of your body, which is your pelvic region, you bring in this sense of security. Another way of feeling grounded is to reaffirm to yourself that everything is calm. Everything is calm and peaceful around me and within me. I am firmly grounded. I am fully connected to the earth. Nothing can shake me. I am the earth. I am one with the being that is the earth. And when you continue this way, you find that your consciousness follows suit, okay? You find that after this very minor meditation, there's a great effect, okay? You feel a lot more calm. And being calm is a very fundamental part of being grounded. Every time you find people who are into fantastic theories of conspiracy and fantastical delusions, you find that there is always a great amount of excitability to these people. So by relaxing this excitement in the nervous system, you're able to ground yourself better almost automatically. The very fact that you remain calm automatically brings in the sense of feeling grounded, okay? Well, that's a lot that I've talked about in terms of feeling grounded. There are a few practical exercises that I explained to you guys, okay? Now, in addition to this, what I will tell you is that being grounded and being balanced is not always the most important thing when it comes to existential study or making your life better, or to yoga, spirituality, and all of these things. You know what's really important? What's really important is your ability to stay calm. Being grounded is part of being calm, okay? Being calm is not part of being grounded. Being grounded is part of being calm. Being calm is the whole reason why we practice breathing techniques, the whole reason why we dive deep into spirituality and yoga, is to develop, first and foremost, calmness. It's because the world and society is not as calm as it should be, is the reason why we have this unnecessary chaos, okay? And tension and strife and stress. The moment we as a society remain calm, in crisis or for any reason, we are that much closer towards peace and serenity and towards being supremely grounded and towards human progress, okay? Now, obviously, I don't want to sound like this big motivational speaker, guru sort of a person, but in all the years of my practice of yoga and reading books on yoga, ancient scriptures, and practicing yoga, I have to tell you that being calm is something that you have to practice every single day. And it's very difficult. Because it's difficult, if you manage to somehow calm yourself in spite of the difficulty, consider it to be a big achievement, okay? Once your nervous system is calm, greater thoughts, greater ideas can penetrate into your consciousness, okay? Without this calmness, you will stay at the level of survival, at the first level of Mendeleev's pyramid. I'm not able to pronounce his name, pardon me, but at the level of survival. So calm yourself as much as you can. Calm yourself. It's difficult. If prayer helps, pray. If staying away from certain people helps, do that, okay? Being calm is very important towards being grounded, okay? Do check out the links down below. I take private online sessions. I mentioned about the mudras and bandhas, okay? And practicing of mudras and bandhas should be done under an experienced yoga practitioner, okay? Don't try to always do it on your own if you don't know what you're doing. I do take private sessions where I can teach you these mudras and bandhas. In addition to this, subscribe to this channel. I'll come up with new content every single week, okay? If you like this video, like this video. And thank you so much for watching. I will join you guys next time. Bye-bye for now.